The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Magic Bricks and Salarpuriya Sattva webinar. Our endeavor is to empower you with insights on the Indian real estate market performance and consumer sentiments on property prices in next 6 months, and to understand how the Bengaluru market is performing currently. The topic of today's session is prices stable. Is it wise to invest in Bengaluru now or wait? And our guest speaker today are E. Jayashree Kurup, she is the Head Content and Research, Magic Bricks, and Sanjay Agarwal, he's Head Marketing and Sales, Salarpuriya Sattva Group. Jayashree is involved with a number of global research initiatives and specializes in analyzing research data to provide usable solutions to users. She also works with business in using industry dialogues with senior management in her domains of expertise to generate content solutions that keep audience and industry engaged. She has been a business journalist for over 2 decades with the Times of India, the Economic Times, and the Financial Express. She writes extensively on real estate and infrastructure, city management, IT, HR, and management. With more than 20 years of experience as Head of Marketing and Sales, Sanjay Agarwal provides a hands-on leadership approach. His friendly disposition and ability to relate to the customer is the basis for the strong customer builder relationships that the group enjoys. So, without further delay, I introduce you all to our guest speaker. Over to you, Jayashree.
Thank you, Aradhana. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Magic Bricks Salarpuriya webinar on Bengaluru. Bengaluru is a very interesting market and a very interesting stage of the market as well. So the prices have been fairly stable in the Bengaluru market, and stable prices are always a good opportunity for a consumer to enter a market. In the Bengaluru market, the end users and investors coexist. We found that the end users are from the IT and manufacturing sector. This is one of the key findings from the Housing Sentiment Index, which Magic Bricks along with IIM Bangalore comes out with quarterly. We found that maximum demand was in the 40 lakhs to rupees 1 crore category, about 62% of the demand. And supply in this category, the 40 lakhs to rupees 1 crore, is about 46%. Clearly, there is a big mismatch in this demand and supply, and consumers are asking for more and more properties in this range. The rental returns, which is typically the yield that any investor gets out of a property investment, is roughly 2.2 to 5.1, which is a very, very high rate of return in the Indian residential market. The listed price monitor has remained unchanged in Bengaluru, which means that there is a lot of stock and prices are fairly stable. The 1 and 2 BHK units remained undersupplied by 5 to 9%, which means there's more demand than supply. Whatever supply comes in this category is it will be consumed because the demand is high. Units of 2 BHK remain the most preferred, with 57% of demand and about 48% of supply. More supply in the 2 BHK category is definitely expected to be picked up because there is a very healthy demand. There is an oversupply of 7% for the 3 BHK and above category. Clearly the consumer, and this is dependent on market cycles. In this market cycle, and there has been a fairly long-term slowdown in property buying over the past couple of years. The market is just coming out of it, and clearly at this time the consumer plans to invest in whatever doesn't strain his budget a lot, and that is why we find a lot of demand for 1 and 2 BHK units, which the consumer is very comfortable buying today. 3 BHK, if it is overpriced or very highly priced, the consumer gives it a thumbs down. But there is also a healthy demand for the more affordable 3 BHK supply. IT-driven areas of Whitefield, Electronic City, Sarjapur Road and North Bengaluru remained in demand in the city. So let's talk about Hosur Road. Hosur Road is right in the middle of an IT corridor. There is a proposed metro line connectivity. It is a well-developed location with quick access to the CBD, the Central Business District. It has a well-developed social infrastructure like schools, colleges, malls, hospitals and corporate offices and micro markets. It is close to posh residential localities such as Koramangala, HSR Layout and Sarjapur Road. When it comes to supply and demand, you find that in the Magic Bricks Prop Index, which is a quarterly index of residential property across 12 cities all over the country, we find that there is, when you look at the budget-wise demand in Bengaluru, 33% of the demand is in the 40 to 60 lakh category. In the 60 to 100 lakh, which is about 1 crore, there is a 30% demand here too. There is a good demand in the 20 to 40 lakh budget and in the 1 crore and above budget, a demand of about 18%. Clearly, Bengaluru is a very well spread out, very balanced market from the real estate perspective, which is why we feel that when the supply is rising and the demand is high, significant demand, the market is stable in terms of supply and as well as pricing, it is a good time to enter the market. If you want to know where you can get a house within your budget, we have used the Magic Bricks database. We've mined the data on the end of the on the back end of the Magic Bricks, and we have put algorithms to clean up the data and come to you with which are the areas of Bengaluru where you can get a home within your budget. The Housing Sentiment Index, as I told you, an IMB and Magic Bricks initiative, is the first scientific sentiment index in the Indian real estate market that captures the sentiment of home buyers, their views on property prices over the next 6 months. And the interesting thing is that investors were more positive. The return of the investors is good for any property market because they bring a dimension where there is quick offtake of stock, and therefore developers start building more. About 51% of respondents in the Housing Sentiment Index preferred flats and 24% preferred land, while 25% preferred villas. Clearly, the built-up property is more popular than land, which used to be the in-demand category in Bengaluru earlier. Respondents from the manufacturing sector had the highest HSI of 135, followed by those who were self-employed. The IT sector had an HSI of 115, which any index value above 100 shows a positive sentiment. The higher the index value, the greater the positive sentiment. We have included a slide on city-specific analytics. We will also be keeping it available for all our participants. So you should be able to figure out which part of Bangalore has the most demand and how it is placed. Over to you, Sanjay. You would be, Aradhana, would you like to hand it over to Sanjay, please?
Mr. Sanjay, you can take over the session now.
Good afternoon to all, and I'm welcoming thank you. I'm welcoming of all of you in behalf of Salarpuria Sattva Group, and I'm just giving brief introduction of our group also. The Salarpuria Sattva Group is a leading name in the real estate construction and development in India. Our portfolio includes residential, commercial, IT, retail development across different cities. We are one of the respected name for construction and has a track record of pioneering the highest standard of our industry. In the last couple of years, the group, we also forwarded into education, aero accessories and e-technology. Our headquarters in Silicon City, Bengaluru. We have around 1,600 employees, including our diversified business. We are ISO 9001, 14001 and 18001 certified company, and one of the CRISIL rated A stable group. And our growth, we are planning is 40% CAGR year to year.
Next slide.
Next slide. Price stability. It is wise to invest in Bangalore now or wait. I can tell you Bangalore is the IT education, health service, job hub of India. Demand for housing in consumer driven and prices are not high here. If you see in India, Bangalore is I can say most pricing wise is the most stable city in India. Bangalore weather also attract population from IT, corporate, HNI and NRI also. Absorption has been steadily progressed though there is a downturn in other country. Price will only increase as further development and entry of more high profile companies is seen. As per me, this is the right time to buy in Bangalore. I can share some of benefits of association with Salarpuria Sattva. What value offered by our brand means pricing at entry point where the customer is also satisfied with the quality of construction, amenities what we provided, on-time delivery, and our customer service integrated into a buying experience. The combination of all this means a premium tag to small sizes is still worthwhile because appreciation is always good and the promise of hassle-free investment with good ROI is assured. Our future plan, and I just want to share you our future plans and growth strategy also. The group is on track to release up to 5,000 residential units before the end of March 2015. We will continue to cater to the housing needs of the premium home seekers. During the recent launches, the brand has taken additional care of providing value for the younger age group segment of the upwardly mobile classes of consumers, mainly from the IT sector by providing smaller size 1 BHK homes. Our major milestones, we have trusted legacy since from 1986. We have 15 million square feet we have already built. 15 million square feet is under construction, and down the line our 30 million square feet in the stage of design and planning. We are among the top 10 preferred brand of South India. Thank you. Any questions? Hello.
Hello. Yes, thanks
Hello.
for sharing this insightful presentation with us.
Thank you.
Let's quickly take up the questions now. I would request both our speakers to read out the question. Jayashree, request you to read out the question and their answers so that all our users may listen to the insight.
Yeah, Aradhana. Let me quickly start with the questions. We have a query here. I have a 3 BHK apartment in Kulimavu Main Road. This property is 7 years old. I would like to know whether to hold this property or sell. Let me start by telling you that there are some basics when it comes to deciding whether you should hold your property or you should sell. First, figure out whether there is a good, whether there has been a bump up in prices. Currently, we are in a slowdown in the residential market. If you need the money, exit that investment. Otherwise, we always recommend that this is in a slowing or slightly rising market. You should actually be investing rather than divesting. If you divest today, you don't make too much money. But considering that the economy is showing signs of stability, of rise, and so on, our advice is always that as a buyer, you bought at 7 years ago. If you are selling, sell on a rising curve, not when there is a flat property market. Sanjay, would you like to add to that?
Yeah, I agree that also. Plus one thing is there, which project he has invested, that also he has to see. And what is the price trend going there? If he's getting good return of the investment, I think in my suggestion also there, he should, if he is getting the good return, he should exit and invest, because the market now, property market is downtrend. He can invest in the new project and he can get more in that revenue or out of that.
Absolutely. Let's go on to the next question. We have some Suresh from Bangalore who has said, how much appreciation can be expected in 2 years if invested in Cadenza? Let me put a small, let me start by saying that when you're buying, today if you're buying into Cadenza, you are buying in a market which has been flat and a property that is you're buying into a active property market. The future plans for Cadenza, I think Sanjay will be able to respond to that. Sanjay?
Yeah, down the line, if he's asking for 2 years of the return of Cadenza, I can say minimum he'll get around 30% return on that. If
Would you also like to tell them how you assess that?
See, I can take my example of the other project. If you ask me, in the same road, we have another project called Greenage near Cadenza. Okay, there today pricing is going around 7,000 rupees, ready to move in project. So down the line, when I see the trend, that will be another, by the time that project, this project also will come ready to move in, another down the line 2 years. So on that basis, if I'll compare it, not less than, I'm telling 30%, it may be even 7,000 also, if the market pick up, I can say.
And I'll give you a rule of the thumb, Suresh. When a property reaches possession stage, there is always a big bump up in property values, because the investors are more or less exiting a project, and end users who would like ready-built projects to move into are entering the project. That is a stage where there will always be a bump up in prices. And like Sanjay said, he's taking the example of a previous project. When this project reaches the possession stage, there is always a bump up in prices, and that's about the time that you're looking to exit the project. That is a good strategy if you're an investor, because that is when you can get good returns out of your investment. Let's go on to the next question. We have Girish who has asked, why isn't Salarpuria investing on new airport road, and why aren't you having any plotted developments? Sanjay?
Yeah, I can say plotted development, we are already in verge of finalization, maybe another a month or two. We are coming upon around 50 acres of the layout near the Tawarkere Marri Road. We are already on the advanced stage. We are just waiting for the plan sanction. So most probably in the layout development, we are coming up very soon. And North Bangalore, what you are asking, we have 2 projects in North Bangalore in Henu Road. One we have already completed, that is one of the tallest building I can say today in Bangalore, Salarpuria Gold Summit. And another nearby, again we have started one more project. And one more row houses also we are starting very soon in the Henu Road also.
Okay, thank you, Sanjay. Let's go on to the next question. Yeah. We have Subba Reddy who says, I want to buy a property in Bangalore. My budget is rupees 60 to 70 lakh. Which area should I prefer? I would like to rent the flat later. Now, clearly, Subba Reddy's question is in 2 parts. He wants to, he has a budget and he wants to buy within the budget, and he would also like a rental return, which keeps the property well maintained, which takes away the pain of outflow if you're not staying in it yourself. And now, within the 60 to, we can tell you that, let me take the prop index as a benchmark and tell you that within upwards of 60 lakhs, you can get properties in Sarjapur Road, Banerghatta Road, Sarjapur and Hebal in the last cycle.
Even in Hosur Road also they will get it, there is no.
On Hosur Road also you can get properties in that budget.
Even our Cadenza also suits if you extend little bit, and I'm And I'm telling Kadenda also, by that time it will be ready. If he's investing in 2 bedroom, he will get around 32 to 33,000 rupees rent per month.
Okay. So I'm sure, Subba Reddy, you should be comfortable with that answer. Let's go on to the next question. We have, I have purchased a villa in Banegata opposite Sarla Birla Academy in 2002 as a Grand Thana property. This is a good gated property and it is still not covered under the BMRDA or BDA. Is it better to dispose of this property as appreciation has been lackluster? Says Mohit Kumar. Mohit, whatever your decision, if it has not been covered under the BMRDA or BDA, you should check out whether there is a chance of this happening, then you will definitely get better value. Whatever your decision, please check out whether the property markets are such that you're getting good value for the money that you are going to get for your property. And when you get your, when you decide to sell, also decide whether you want to invest it in another property. Remember, when you sell your property, you must invest in another property at that time. So what you have to see is, if you exit that property investment today, look for projects that will give you better returns if you invest today and plan to exit in whatever period you're looking for. Sanjay, would you like to advise him to?
Yeah, absolutely right what you have told. If he's getting good return also, he should exit it. Otherwise, he has to check it up. If he's somehow they're getting the BDO, BMRDA, then he should wait and see. Once they will get the approval of that, so definitely the property prices is going to go up. There is no doubt on that.
Okay. Let's go to the next question. I am looking for rental income. Is it better to buy a plot and build a house? If yes, please let me know some good are. I am looking around Hudi. Is that better? I'm sorry. Is that better or any other location is better? My total budget is 70 lakh. Sanjay, you want to take that query?
Yeah. See, if you are building the house and the layout when any builder do it, so the development will take at least 5 to 6 years for the layout. In apartment, if you are going to invest it, then once the apartment in 3.5 years it will complete, then you will start getting immediately the rental income on that. So that is, he has to see, either he can wait for the layout should be developed. Till the layout will not develop, he is not going to get good rental also there.
Absolutely.
My suggestion is to, if he is looking for the rental income, he should invest in the apartment only.
Yes. This is a rule of the thumb for small investors. Small investors should actually look at apartments, because there is a safety in purchasing into a property that is built by developers, and also because the management of the property, the services that come with the property, all that is managed by somebody, and you know it is a systematic management. If you buy a plot and build your own house, remember that you will be responsible for all the facilities and all the management of not only the property, but also the the maintenance of the property comes into your, it becomes your headache. Therefore, a lot of buyers have started looking at apartments which are where the management is taken over by a developer. I think we need, let me ask consumers to please ask a complete question. So we got somebody, but for apartment depreciation is more, I feel. Now, I think what you want to say is that when you're buying an apartment, is there more depreciation because the land is not yours? If that is so, what you have to do is the apartment, you have to take a toss between managing the convenience of having commonly managed facilities and the managing your facilities yourself. if you have a property, a landed property, you must remember that in addition to the rental return that you get as an investor, you must also have an exit strategy. If you're an investor, always have an exit strategy. How long do you want to hold it? When you buy a property, an apartment, how long do you want to hold it? And once you do that, you will be a wise investor, and that is the reason why we suggest it. Also, think about the convenience to yourself. There's a person who has said, Hosu Road suits my budget to buy for self-use in Bangalore. Is it the right choice? Will we see further price correction in Bangalore's real estate in 2015? This is Neil Raj. Neil, I would say that more or less markets have price corrected themselves. Today the markets have been stable for the last 2 years, which in itself means that it's not indexed to inflation. Normally there is an 8 to 10% rise in property values annually. If for 2 years that has not happened, you've already availed of the depreciation benefit in those 2 years. Therefore, I would say that the consumers who are looking to buy should actually consider properties that suit their requirements and go for it. Sanjay, would you like to answer that too?
Yeah, as per me also, I can say this is the right time to buy in Bangalore. If you compare in the earlier also told in India, other cities, today also Bangalore prices, if you see property, is very comparable against other cities of the India. And the market is already now stable. I can say it's not down also in Bangalore at least, because Bangalore is not investor-based market. I can say it's individual market more here. So the prices is also here is settled. So I don't think so any correction is going to happen in the prices.
Right. Let's go to the next question. Bangalore is growing. Rajiv Gowda says, Bangalore is growing, but water seems to be a big problem. With this in mind, where would you suggest I must invest? I think Sanjay would like to answer that, right, Sanjay?
Yeah. What it is? Can you just repeat the question, please, once again?
Bangalore is growing, but water seems to be a big problem. With this in mind, where would you suggest that I must invest?
See, water problem you are asking, correct?
Yeah, right.
See, Bangalore, if you see all around, everywhere there is a water problem. You are going to face it today. Either it's Jaipur or Banagari, anywhere. That we have to see now. We have to come forward and take a call on how to preserve the water in the environment also. So we are also taking care of that now, because water problem is going to happen. North also there is the same issue is there. I can tell you frankly also. So that now we have to come out and see how we can. Apart now, if you see in the area like this Sarjapur Road having water problem, North is also having water problem. Somehow Whitefield and Banargata Road is still not there. But now we have to see how to come out from the problem also.
Okay, let's go to the next question. This is Neil Reddy. He says, hi Neil here, looking for a flat or plot in the range of 10 to 18 lakh on Hosu Road or Tumkur Road. Is it fine? Sanjay, you have any advice for Neil?
I think that yeah, so I think he has to go in Tumkur Road. If he is looking, then he has to go near Nalbangla or somewhere. And today I'll suggest that area also is growing fast, because now Kunigal is having like there all the factories, everything is shifting on the Kunigal Road. So that area is also going to be developed down the line 3 to 4 years, I can say.
Okay, so Neil, when you look at a property that is early in its cycle, you will be able to, you're talking about a small budget and you're wondering where you can buy. When you have a small budget, you'll actually have to go a little further away from the city in areas that are early in its development cycle. That's when you'll be able to find something that fits your budget. But like Sanjay said, there is some development work happening, and therefore in the future, it has a brighter prospect. So always look at what the future prospects are before you invest in a new area. Is that right, Sanjay?
Yes, yes, yes.
we have a query from Asha Kumari who says, with the news report that the NICE road has been given permission to restart construction, would it be better to invest in areas like Bidadi and Kengeri than Bangalore per se? Sanjay, would you like to answer that?
See, Kangeri area also, I can say, yeah, it's going to be developed now. Again, they are planning to the fold and also for the Mysore road. And now our metro is also reached almost till Raja Rajeshwari Nagar. So if people are even working in the city also and they live in the Kangeri, by the time they will come and take the metro, I think this is a wise decision. We can invest there in also, because Kangeri, Birdi, all I can say is a now bright future for Bangalore also. And we can say even extension of Bangalore also after 2-3 years. I don't, maybe we can say that also.
Anything about Bidadi?
Bidadi or Kangeri, both, I am telling, both is a good investment. I can, if you are getting good deal, we should invest it there.
Okay. We've got Shobha Bhatt who says, I'm looking for a second home purely for investment and rent. Which area would you think is best? Whitefield, North Bangalore, or East City? East City?
If you ask me, I will suggest in that either Whitefield, Sabjapur Road, Hosur Road and Banarghatta Road. Because if you see, most of the companies located in that area. So we'll get a good rental feature on that in that area.
Exactly. Shobha, that is Sanjay has given a really interesting insight here. When you're looking to put your property on rent, always look at those places where there is a steady rental demand. This will normally be in those areas which are driven by professionals. Now, professionals are those who are living in that area, who are working in that area and would like to live close to their place of work. Therefore, it is good for people to buy, good for investors to buy in those areas where the rental demand is high. Shall we go to the next question? This is by Ganesh Samudrala, who says, is Hoskote a right location to buy a plot? Do you have any idea which layout is good in the budget of 12 to 15 lakhs in or around Hoskote? Sanjay?
See, Hoskote, if I'll tell you, he will get it in 12 to 15 lakhs, but which developer, that we have to check it up their legality, and because so many layouts are coming on the Hoskote road. Again, one more area I can say, when I was telling about Nalbangla, Tumkur Road, because he was asking briefly about Tumkur Road, even this Hoskote Road also, if you go a little far from, like again I can take from Hoskote 10 kilometers further, there is one area again getting it developed, SCZ. All the MNC companies is starting their operation there, Narsapura, it's called Narsapura. So it's a good investment, even layout in Hoskote Road also I can say, but he has to check before buying that plot, legality of the plots.
Sanjay, would you like to actually add a little more about when a consumer is looking to buy in areas that have future potential, what all should they look for? What are the, how do they see that they are making a wise investment?
See, they have to see the future of that area also, what is going to be next 2 to 3 years. He has to study that. Then plus, one thing very important, from whom he is buying. If he is looking for investment purpose or investment return, from whom he is buying, he has to take legality of the project, he has to check it up properly, because sometime we'll buy and the project is not clear, then it will be so, whatever investment he has done is no use also.
So should we go to a legal expert and get the verification done? Do you think
Absolutely, I suggest that. Absolutely. If he's buying some unknown, because layout always you will find it like so many people. I think that you have to find out, we have to go legal and check it out. It's my suggestion.
Absolutely. And in some cases, if you're taking a bank loan for the property that you're buying, the bank does its due diligence and you would be able to...
If the major banks are approved, then there is no issue on that. I can say either nationalized bank, private, all other banks are approved, then there is no need to go for that. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go to the next query. We've got Vineet Agarwal who says, are prices of apartments likely to go up with FDI funding, or can we expect a drop due to competition? Vineet, actually, I think I answered this query a little while ago when I said that when the property prices have not gone up for 2 years, you can actually consider that you got a drop in property prices. Today, with more stock coming in the market, you will be able to negotiate with the seller. You should be able to negotiate a good price with the seller. But when you go for a new property, and the new properties today, I think many developers are launching at realistic values because they also are not there to give unrealistic values, and then they'll have to hold on to the property, it won't sell. So my suggestion is this: on Magic Bricks we make available the property values of every locality. What range of values are available? Check out that gives you a benchmark on how you should look for the property. Then fix a budget for yourself and see what is the budget within which you can buy. Go out and see which properties best suits your budget. You will be able to get a list of properties that suits your budget. After that, you check out which developer's layout you like better, and then you look at whether the legality is okay and so on. In this process, what you've actually done is you have done your own research. We may give you the tools to do your own research. Never buy property because somebody told you, please go and buy. One of the questions you're asking is, will FDI funding bring down the price of apartments? I don't think so. But what can bring down the price of apartments in the long term, and this is not like in the next 6 months or so, there will be, if there is a policy initiative which allows developers to build smaller units and things like that, then you will be able to get, for a smaller budget, you'll be able to get. This is happening in some places like Gurgaon and so on, where a policy push brought affordable houses. But there you can't come in as an investor. These affordable homes policies are all for end users. If you are looking for a house to buy and you don't have a big budget, then the policy push is to allow you to buy your first house. If that is your case, then you will be able to do that. But FDI funding brings in some technologies, maybe the prefabricated technologies and so on, which may in the long run drop the prices. But I don't think FDI funding is going to lead to lower priced houses. Sanjay, you have a view on this?
Yeah, absolutely agree with you. I'm telling from last what you have told, from last 2 years the prices has not increased property, but the construction, I can tell you the construction has gone up by 25 to 30%. Still the prices has not gone up. So I don't think so if the FDI policy also will come, the prices is going to go down by any developer in India.
Exactly. Exactly. We've got Vishwanath who's asking, I'm planning to buy an apartment in the budget of around 50 lakh. I have selected Rajarajeshwari Nagar and Vidyanarayanpura. However, which among these is the best location from future outlook in terms of investment? What percentage of appreciation can be expected in 5 to 10 years from now? This is his question. Sanjay, you want to answer that?
I can say both the location is a good location if you see it. Vidyanarayanpura, when you see it comes towards the north, and this Rajarajeshwari Nagar will come towards the west it will come. And when the metro is starting from near the Rajarajeshwari Nagar, I am seeing more potential in Rajarajeshwari Nagar.
Right. And metro, like Sanjay said, metro is a big driver of property value. In cities where metro has been a norm, and that would include the entire Delhi NCR, in some cases in Mumbai and so on. We've seen that wherever localities that are very close to the metro can expect an appreciation in prices. So by that logic, Rajarajeshwari Nagar, because of its proximity to the metro, has an edge. But otherwise, both these projects are worth buying. That's what Sanjay's view is. Right, Sanjay?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go to the next query. We have K. Priyant saying, I would like to buy a plot in Hesarghata, Bangalore, along the Sisasahali main road. Can I expect any appreciation in the next 2 to 3 years? Is this the right time to invest here? Sanjay?
It is what is that? Is Hesarghata road, correct?
Hesarghata.
If it is in Hesarghata, definitely we have already, again I was talking about metro. We have already reached to Hasarghatta Road. I think metro is already reached to Hasarghatta Road. Not in the Hasarghatta junction, I can say from there Hasarghatta will be starting and it will be go from there. How far he has purchased the layout from the metro? If it is within a radius of 4 to 5 kilometers, definitely in 2 to 3 years he is going to get a good return on that. Absolutely no doubt on that.
Yes. And the metro again, it's the metro push here, because once the metro comes and people see the livability of that area going up, that's when you will see values
metro,
going up.
I think another 2 to 3 months the Hasarghatta Road will start. Another 2 to 3 months the metro will start from the Hasarghatta junction.
Right. So 2 to 3 years is a good time period for him to hold his investment. We have another query from Priya Reddy, who says, I'm looking to buy a plot in Bangalore for investment. Could you please tell me which area is fast growing and will give me a good return? Priya, I think you are you're taking a very wide canvas. Narrow down your query by yourself. Again, like I said, the value of research is very, very high. You should be saying, I'm looking for a plot. Look at the, go to websites like Magic Bricks, put your query there and see what you find, what is available in the market. From the stock, what do you like? Why? And then see which part of Bangalore you would like to buy in. How much would you like to invest in Bangalore? And then how long do you want to hold your property? Once you've got the answers to all this, that's when you should be asking somebody, now between my 3 shortlisted properties, which one should I buy? Otherwise, what you're doing is you're allowing somebody else to take your property decision for you, which in our view is not the best way to look for property. Sanjay, you have a view?
No, yeah, absolutely what you have told, because once you have to decide where you have to buy the property, you have to completely do the market research on that, either in investing or on use. Where is the potential is there to invest this one? You have to do the survey, then you have to take a call on that, where you should invest, and you get a good return on that.
Right. I think we have answered all the queries that have come on our show today. Aradhana, would you like to take over?
Yes, so if you would like to sum up the session for today, you both can do it now.
Okay. Thank you so much, viewers, participants. I'm glad that we had such an interactive session. If there are any more queries that any of you would like to ask, either Magic Bricks experts or Sanjay, please keep posting your queries to openhouse.magicbricks.com and we'd be happy to get your questions answered by experts. Sanjay, would you like to conclude?
Thank you all viewers. And if what Jayashree also told, if you have any inquiry, you can drop it. Definitely we'll get back to you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
And I am really thankful to our guest speakers today for conducting this informative webinar with us. It was indeed a great session. I would also like to thank all our participants for their support in making this webinar a success. Thank you all for joining us today. Thank you, Sanjay. Thank you, Jayashree, for taking time out and having us here. Thanks a lot. We will close for today. Have a great day ahead.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.